Al Ingalls here at pressure-free.com, and we're in the most unique Airbnb you may ever see. It has a renovated barn. It's an old barn, and it has a hoop. Say hi, honey. Shoot. Oh, yay! So we get to play basketball in here, and the barn has, I don't know if you can see them, it has chandeliers. It has chandeliers in the barn. It's cold in the barn.
There's a stove right here.
It's cold in this barn, but this is fully equipped for all kinds of play because we're near a river. So there's a kayak. There's mini hockey sticks over here. She can play mini sticks in here. Foosball. It's just amazing. And then inside, I'm not sure how old this building is, but it's old because we've got floorboards that are old. Let's see, what else can I show you here? It's just amazing. So I can't wait to see it in the morning when there's light, because it's very, very dark. But there's a piano. Oh, it's not quite in tune. It kind of sounds like my grandma's piano growing up. So I want to talk to you today about going with the flow. That's certainly what I had to do today. And if I didn't have pressure-free tools, I would probably be arriving here rather stressed out and cranky. Instead, I'm like excited to go shoot some hoops. So going with the flow, you especially when you travel, but really every day in life, there are things that are going to happen, and you need to have resilience tools so that you don't trigger stress hormones when those unexpected things happen. I had expected to get here at this place about 3 hours ago, but my husband had a work deadline. So we stayed in this hotel for all the morning. We got a late checkout so he could finish his work deadline. And so I had to kind of like, what am I going to do? So I worked on my screenplay a little bit. I went for a couple walks. I did some stuff to entertain myself. And that is a really great tool if you need to wait for someone else to do something. I see we've got some moms on here. Michelle, for sure. Like sometimes you take your child to practice and you got to wait 2 hours. So did you bring some knitting? Did you bring a work project to work on? Did you bring a good book? One of my friends had to commute a long way to get her kids to everything, and she started listening to books on tape, and that just saved her to be doing something kind of fun while she was doing all her commuting for her kids. So finding those things, having a little list of those things that you can do that when you're delayed, or your plane is delayed, or you have to wait for someone else to get something done. So that was the first hurdle. And then the next hurdle was that a big snowstorm has hit here. So we've driven in snow for the past 3 hours or so. We went to see my cousin who's in her 80s, my dad's cousin. I wanted to make sure I went and saw her, and so that was really a blessing to see her this afternoon over in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Wolfboro is the oldest summer resort. Really interesting place. If you've never been, it's a really beautiful place to go. And then we drove from there all around Lake Winnipesaukee up here to get to Campton up in the mountains. So we are in the White Mountains in a really, really rustic, look at this old bench. Oh, I don't know if you can even see. It's kind of dark in here, but maybe you can see this. Can you see? This old banister. It's amazing. Oops, I got a low battery. And so whenever you go to an Airbnb, you never know what you're going to get and what to expect. So this has been kind of an adventure to see even what we're staying in for the next couple nights. And again, that's another thing to go with the flow with. You just got to settle in, figure out how it feels for you. So resilience tools, number one is keep a little list of things you can do when you get delayed. And so you're not complaining about having to wait for someone, but you're entertaining yourself. And sometimes I even sit and work on music in my head. So I'm never really bored because there's so much to do just inside here, right? But that can be super helpful. And, we're here for my aunt's funeral services tomorrow. Her services are tomorrow, and yeah, and so we're just going to explore and have a really meaningful time here. Wishing you a beautiful, pressure-free night.